Out front now, Republican Senator Mike Rounds from South Dakota, a member of the Senate Intelligence and Armed Services Committees. He has endorsed Tim Scott for president. And Senator Rounds, I really appreciate your time. So, look, let's just say, given the committees you're on, as I just said, you know more about classified documents, what they mean for national security, what they can mean for American lives than almost anyone. How do you react to just the basics here? How the DOJ says Trump was storing and sharing national security classified documents?
Yeah, first of all, we do understand that it's a very serious issue because classified documents have to be stored properly because they contain information that can be harmful to our country, to men and women in uniform and so forth. It's a concern that we have anytime anybody in the executive branch is found to have had classified documents and not storing them correctly, whether it's the president, a former vice president, or a secretary of state. And so in all of those cases, you have issues where there's a question about how they stored classified documents. In Congress, I think we really try our best to take care of those documents. We leave them in classified space in what we call a SCIF. We read them in a SCIF, or unless we have someone from the Intelligence Committee bring a document, a specific document into our office with no one else in there, and then without talking or saying anything out loud, you can read some of it, but it goes right back into a particular security bag and then back out again. And I understand the executive branch of government may take a little bit different view of it, but still, those classified documents are very valuable.
And I understand your point, of course, Senator, but there is a special counsel, of course, investigating President Biden's classified documents. As you and I both know, he immediately and voluntarily turned those over as soon as his lawyer found them. The former Vice President Pence also had documents, as you say, returned them voluntarily. The DOJ investigated and has said that they will not file charges against him. So there are investigations in these other cases. The situations are very different when it comes to returning them voluntarily, obstructing, and dissemination, sharing the information with others. Do you believe that these cases truly are different from what you read in the indictment?
I don't think either of the first two that you mentioned tried to obfuscate or to deny that they had them. That is different. And it's one of the reasons why, and I'm not going to try to make up any excuses for the former president. If they find him guilty of what they're accusing him of, this is a very serious offense. At the same time, it's one of the reasons why, I'm supporting Tim Scott for the presidency. I think Tim comes with a clean sheet. He's looking forward, not backwards. There are no questions as to his integrity. He's a guy that's got a smile on his face, and I see real opportunities. And I think you're going to find as more people start to look at who might be behind door number 3, I think they're going to find that a guy like Tim Scott might very well be the guy to bring our country together. That's one of the reasons why a lot of us, I think, will be supporting him.
And it's interesting as you say that, right? And you obviously have made a decision. You've come out early, and you've chosen Senator Scott as the person you're going to support. Some of your colleagues, though, obviously don't support him, but they're going much further. They're defending a lot of the things that you aren't defending, right? They're defending specifically that the documents were kept inside a bathroom, right? This has become sort of a sticking point with a few of your colleagues. Let me just play it for you.
Was that a good look for the former president to have boxes in a bathroom?
I don't know. Is it a good picture to have boxes in a garage that opens up all the time? A bathroom door locks.
There are 33 bathrooms at Mar-a-Lago. So don't act like it's just in some random bathroom that the guests can go into. That's not true.
Senator, are you comfortable with defending it because there's 33 bathrooms and so maybe no one would walk into this one and so that's okay? I'm not trying to make light of this. That was actually said.
Yeah, look, I'm not defending either one of them. We don't know who went into President Biden's garage. We didn't know who went in to check out his Corvette or whether or not they looked at documents that were stored there. We know that was wrong. We also know that those classified documents should not have been stored in bathrooms. We know that. And but there's an equivalency there that I think some of our members are saying, look, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. And they try to make the equivalency and try to make people understand that some of this stuff has happened on both sides of the aisle. I think the question for folks back home in some cases is why is there a prosecution on one side and not on the other, particularly when they go back as far as as former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton when thousands of emails disappeared and whether or not there was actually an ongoing investigation there or not. So, and that's the equivalency that's tried to be made. I try to separate them, and I try to say that both should have been looked at very carefully. I don't have the answer to why she was not prosecuted, but that's a question that some people have. In my case, I want to move forward, and like I say, that's the reason why a lot of us, I think, will turn to new faces.
Senator Rounds, you have been taking a stand on artificial intelligence and the dangers that it poses. And every single day, we are all being made more and more aware of this. And we've got a new survey shared exclusively with CNN tonight. It shows that 42% of CEOs, so nearly half of CEOs in America, think that AI has the potential. And Senator, I'm not making up words here. They say to destroy humanity in 5 to 10 years from now, to destroy humanity. You organized the first in a series of Senate briefings dedicated entirely to AI yesterday, and you did that with the Majority Leader Schumer. Do you agree that AI has the potential to destroy humanity in 5 to 10 years?
I don't see it that way. I do see that we have a couple of different issues. First of all, there's both good and bad possibilities with AI. AI is a tool. So if you want to do bad things with AI, you can. But you can also do some really good things, and we shouldn't walk away from that. We've got to manage the risks, but we've got to take advantage of the opportunities as well. And even if we decided not to, if we wanted to take a pause, our adversaries aren't going to. And China has a police state. They're using AI to further their police state. We don't want that to happen in the United States.
All right, Senator Rounds, I appreciate your time. Thank you very much, sir.